Okay, today's instructions, today is Tuesday the 13th of October. I'm just going to what we're going to do today is I've loaded a video linking the theories that we've looked at: structure versus agency, functionalism, Marxism, feminism, social action theory, and postmodernism, looking to how they convert to methodology and how that will work. This will link into task 2, which I'm going to describe in just a second. But before that, I'm going to go and answer a couple of issues that came up during yesterday's session. The first is communication. A couple of students were concerned that they felt that when I communicated through the Google Classroom, that others could see the comments that were being passed. And I assure you that when I do this, it may look to you as an individual that it's on the main screen, but as what I'm trying to demonstrate here, I have selected one student for the message to be sent. So please don't be alarmed about that. The other point that was said yesterday, that was raised during yesterday's lesson, was looking at teaching and learning techniques and how different learning styles are catered for. And I just want to explain quickly how we do that. The first thing is to say that the lessons are structured with the idea of meeting different learning styles. Classically, learning styles are designated either as visual, that is, you're a visual learner, you learn by seeing colours and patterns, helps you learn. Auditory, that is, you learn through listening and talking. Read-write, which is that thing of learning through writing out and thinking by pen, as it were, and kinesthetic. Now, I try to meet all those learning styles, and this is how I do it. There will be, as there is today, a video going through the material with me describing it. Now, being aware that maybe the way in which I describe things is not the best way for everyone to engage, I also try to, where possible, post a video which is from YouTube and is from a professional source as well, so that you get the message in 2 different forms to meet perhaps different learning needs. That is then followed by a matching exercise where terms and definitions are put together. In the example on screen here, we're talking about postmodernism. So what I'm asking you to do is match a definition of postmodernism to postmodernism, and then match the idea of a meta-narrative to a definition and globalization to a definition. These definitions are clearly a template for what you could put on the leaflet, because it gives you a definition and gives you an idea of what I'm talking about with a definition there. That is followed up to help the concept sink in even further with a quiz exercise, which goes through the definitions and helps you. And then that is then followed by a third exercise, which is a discussion exercise. I won't be doing that today because I think there won't be time today, where the group discuss how the definition of, in this case, postmodernism, and then I invite you to go out and get a source which gives a definition of postmodernism and discuss the relative definitions of postmodernism to come to your own understanding. So you have discussion, you have matching up. So there's an auditory, there's a talking about it thing, there's a read-write thing, you're writing it out, and to some extent, although less, it's quite hard to do kinesthetic in this, but we do meet the learning styles in this way. I was asked yesterday to change the wording of the brief, and there you have it. It's now unit brief rather than just brief. It's unit rather than assignment, because there can be multiple assignments per unit. So the designation is very important to be accurate here. And obviously there I have the template. Now, looking at the brief and talking about where we're going forward now, the first thing to say is I've set the deadline as the Friday after we come back from half term for the entire unit. This will allow us to complete task 2's input next week. We've got 3 lessons for that. and you to write up the academic report over half term and use the week we come back if you need to complete that work. It will also allow for the 3 lessons of that week we come back. If anyone wants to share work with me, or for me to comment on work, or for me to support you in any way, there's that week in which that can be done. Okay, so just moving on. The assessment criteria, this is set by the awarding body. So this is what we need to be met. And 1.1, I think you can see clearly how we've done this. So we've outlined and evaluated theoretical perspectives in sociology. Yeah, you can see that, that's the leaflet. Part 2 is outline key sociological studies. Now, the key sociological study we're looking at is Durkheim's study on suicide and the study that criticised that approach. And this contrasts the, if you like, structuralist approach, the agency approach, and the methods that come through those. What I've written out as a task, I think task 1 should be straightforward and understandable to you. Task 2 echoes what we're saying here. It's looking at functionalism through the report, through the study of Emil's suicide. This is about linking methods to techniques, which is what the first video is that I'm asking to watch after this. And then please do the matching exercise where you can, there is a list of terms and definitions in the wrong order. So cut and paste and move them around to they're correct. Let me know and I'll send you the correct answers, and then go on to a quiz summarizing that, which will lead us nicely into next week, where we will go on to more specifics about the study.